All right, Brent Ritchie again. This is a few problems about discrete probability distributions and specifically some of the properties that go along with it. So I have a few to show you here. Give me a second and I'll get all these up on the board. Not the straightest probability distributions you've ever seen, but they will work. We will put our random variable x in the first row. These are done horizontally, but you certainly could do them vertically. And the second row will be my probability of each of those occurring. X here and the probability of X here. So these are three separate problems, but all of the same sort. The values the random variable can take on are there. And I think it uses 0 through 4 for all three of these. There we go. And the first one, we have 2 over 17. We have 1 over 17. And these are not difficult, but they're just really an exercise in understanding one of the properties of a discrete probability distribution. One of those is intentionally left blank. This one is in decimal form, so it's 0.27, 0.06, 0.3, 0.36, and the one that corresponds with 4 is missing. And then this last one, the 1 for 0 is missing, and for the outcome of 1, it's a probability of 0.15, then 0.20, 0.20, and 0.25. Now we know we have a property of probability distributions that says that the sum of all the probabilities in a probability distribution must equal 1. And we also know that each individual probability, and I don't know if this is going to come into play in these particular problems, probably not, but I'm going to write it anyway. Each individual probability is a terrible looking one. I will just do that kind of one. And every probability individually must be between 0 and 1 inclusive. So you can have probabilities as low as 0 and as great as 1, but not over 1 and not below 0, not negative. And when you add them all up, they can't add up to anything other than 1. So looking at this first problem, we add up these 4 probabilities here. We get, let's see, that's 2, 3, 9. We get 12 over 17. So we know that this one, all this has to add up to 1. So 17 over 17. So this missing one here must be 5 over 17. So just adding up what we have, subtracting that from 1, gives us the one that we're missing, 5 over 17. Here we have decimals, but this is the same way. Let's see, let's add up what we have. 0.27 and 0.606, that's 0.33, 0.63, 0.99. So I have 0.99 total. I subtract that from 1, and I find out the missing one must then be 0.01. For that second distribution, the missing probability must be 0, 1 to satisfy that property. And finally, this last one, I'm going to add up these 4 probabilities. Let's see, that's 3555.8. So it looks to me like 1 minus 0.8, which would be 0.2. So the missing probability here is 0.2. Very simple, I understand, but a very important probability to understand about discrete probability distributions.